In this video, we're breaking down a complex play that starts with a balk and then has a check swing. This play has traditionally been relatively easy in NFHS baseball, where a balk is an immediate dead ball. However, in this game, we are using NFHS rules with an experimental rule making balks a delayed dead ball, just like NCAA and professional baseball. So in this video, we'll break down this play from beginning to end, and then work through the potential judgment calls that need to be made, along with potential outcomes based on our judgments. After that, we'll jump into case plays to help clarify the lesson. Now, this video is part of a series of interesting plays that all happened in one JV game and all of the plays in one inning. So be sure to check out the playlist on our YouTube channel. Hi everyone, I'm Patrick Faerber with GHSA Baseball Umpire Development and Umpire Classroom, where we help umpires develop their knowledge and skills. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and you can find more umpire training videos and courses at umpireclassroom.com. This scenario is going to have a runner on third base, 2 outs, and a 2-2 count on the batter. Our base umpire is going to correctly rule a no-stop balk on this play, but the pitch is still going to be delivered. It's important to keep in mind that this is an NFHS game, but we are using delayed dead ball balks like NCAA and professional baseball. Key questions you'll need to be able to answer include: was the pitch a ball or a strike? When should time be called? Where should the batter and R3 end up after the play? Who is the proper batter, and what should the count be? Let's start with if this was a balk. I think this is a great get by our base umpire. The pitcher here is in the set position and violates Rule 6-1-3, which covers a legal set position and includes the requirement for a stop. I agree with that in this play, and I want to encourage all of you to watch our base umpire throughout the play. You'll see our base umpire is hands on knee set as soon as the pitcher engages the rubber with the ball. This is taught at pro school and helps umpires to focus on their responsibilities. As soon as the pitcher engages the rubber, both umpires should be on alert for a potential balk. By being hands on knee set, our base umpire is entirely still and engaged with the pitcher, and his focus results in him getting the call correct. And on this note, a no-stop balk is one of the most common balks we have. So how can we call a no-stop balk if we're moving at the time we're supposed to be determining if the pitcher is not moving? I think a lot of umpires miss this because at the point where they should be watching the pitcher for a full stop, their focus is not entirely on making that determination. Now, let's get to the check swing. Personally, I think he did swing, but a ruling of no swing by the plate umpire is not what we're going to focus on. I do want to point out, though, that there is a rare mechanic that can be used by the base umpire in this play. Because there are 2 strikes before the pitch, the base umpire has the option of giving a voluntary third strike. This mechanic is that on an uncaught pitch where a plate umpire rules no swing, and where the batter runner would be able to try for first if a swing had been called, our base umpire can immediately signal, yes he did, without being asked. This gives the offense a fair opportunity to try and advance to first instead of waiting until the defense asks for an appeal after the catcher gets the ball. So if you're the base umpire on this play and you think he did swing, you should immediately come up with, yes he did, which I think is what our batter thought he did on this play. Either way, now let's look at the outcome. The first question is, was the ball immediately thrown after the balk? The answer here is yes, then we get a string of no's. Was the throw batted? No. Was the throw caught? No. Was the throw a pitch that struck the batter? No. Was the throw to a base? No. Now, the big question that separates the outcomes is, was the wild pitch ball 4 or an uncaught third strike? If we rule that this was a swing, then the answer is yes, because we have an uncaught third strike. If we rule no swing, then the answer is no, because the pitch was the third ball of the at-bat. So having ruled no swing, we then have our answer. This balk is going to be a delayed dead ball until playing action stops. The batter running to first is irrelevant to the play, but technically R3 can advance beyond the award at his own risk. Of course, that really is irrelevant given he is the only runner on base, but do keep in mind that this was a delayed dead ball balk, and because all runners, including the batter, do not advance one base safely, the balk will be acknowledged at the end of the playing action. This means R3 scores, the batter remains at bat, and the pitch does not count, meaning the correct count is 2-2, not 3-2. Now, how does this change if the crew does rule a swing on the play? Well, if we have a swing, this is strike 3 and it is uncaught. This means that the batter runner can advance to first, and we have a delayed dead ball that will have time called when the playing action stops, or when it becomes clear that all runners, including the batter runner, will not advance one base safely. If all runners, including the batter runner, advance one base safely, then the balk will be ignored. So, had a swing been called, it looks like our batter made it to first base safely. The question is, does R3 reach home? Now, the defense and offense seem to not know the correct rule here, and R3 seemingly wanders home without being tagged or knowing the ball is live. So, in this scenario, it looks like R3 and the batter runner would have advanced safely, resulting in the balk being ignored and the result of the play standing. But let's say the catcher tags R3 before he meanders across the plate. If that had happened, R3 would be out. The proper enforcement would then be to immediately call time and award runners besides the batter runner one base. The balk will be acknowledged, which nullifies the pitch and means the batter is still batting and will have a 2-2 count and no runners on base. Now, to help you better understand these rules and mechanics, along with how they will show up in your games, let's look at case plays, which are also available in the video description. Case play number 1. In each scenario, determine if a base umpire, without being asked by the plate umpire, can rule that a batter did swing at a pitch that is called a ball and no swing by the plate umpire. Scenario 1. R1, 1 out, 1-1 count, check swing on a wild pitch. This play does not qualify because on a 1-1 count, calling a ball, or a strike will not change whether or not the batter runner gets to attempt to advance to first. Scenario 2. R1, 2 outs, 1-2 count, check swing on a wild pitch. This scenario does qualify for a voluntary third strike called by the base umpire because with a runner on first and 2 outs in a 1-2 count, ruling this pitch a strike will give the batter an opportunity to try to advance to first. Scenario 3. R2, 1 out, 1-2 count, check swing on a wild pitch. This scenario also qualifies for a voluntary third strike because with less than 2 outs and first base unoccupied, then the batter does have the possibility of trying to advance to first on a potential third strike that is not caught. Scenario 4. R3, 2 outs, 3-1 count, check swing on a wild pitch. This scenario does not qualify because changing this ball to a strike only changes the count to 3-2, which is a scenario where the batter runner does not get to attempt to advance to first. Scenario 5. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-2 count, check swing on a wild pitch. This scenario does not qualify for a voluntary third strike because with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs, the batter runner on an uncaught third strike does not get to attempt to advance to first. Scenario 6. R1, R3, 2 outs, 3-2 count. Check swing on a pitch that strikes the batter. This scenario does not qualify for a voluntary third strike from the base umpire. The reason being, this is an immediate dead ball when the ball strikes the batter. So regardless of whether or not the swing is ruled a swing or no swing, we're not going to have an opportunity for the batter runner to try to advance to first. So in this scenario, we cannot give a voluntary third strike as the base umpire. We can only give it if we're asked by the plate umpire. Scenario 7. R3, 2 outs, 2-2 count, check swing on a wild pitch. In this scenario, the base umpire can give the voluntary third strike, which would allow the batter runner an opportunity to try and advance to first on the uncaught third strike. Case play number 2. R3, 2 outs, 2-2 count. A balk is called as the pitcher delivers the pitch and in a game using delayed dead ball balks. B1 checks a swing on a wild pitch that gets past the catcher into the backstop. B1 runs to first base, R3 scores. The plate umpire rules a ball and no swing. When should the base umpire signal that in his judgment the batter did swing? Is this A, only when asked by the plate umpire? B, only when asked by the coach or catcher? C, as soon as the ball is past the catcher? D, never. The correct answer here is C. As soon as the base umpire realizes that the batter did swing and that we have an uncaught third strike where he can attempt to advance, at that moment we need to come up with the yes he did mechanic, so that the batter runner has an opportunity to try to advance to first. Case play number 3. R3, 2 outs, 2-2 count. A balk is called as the pitcher delivers the pitch and in a game using delayed dead ball balks. B1 checks a swing on a wild pitch that gets past the catcher and to the backstop. B1 runs to first base, R3 scores. The plate umpire rules a ball and no swing. The base umpire agrees there was no swing. What is the outcome? Is this A, R3 scores, B1 remains at bat with a 2-2 count? B, R3 scores, B1 remains at bat with a 3-2 count? C, R3 scores, B1 stays at bat. The correct answer here is A. This balk has to be enforced because all runners, including the batter, do not advance at least one base safely. Our batter never becomes a batter runner, so he doesn't get the opportunity to advance. By enforcing the balk, we will score R3, but enforcing the balk means that we nullify the pitch, so the count will remain 2-2. Case play number 4. In the same scenario, when should time be called? A, as soon as the balk is called. B, when all playing action stops. The correct answer here is B. We won't call time until all the playing action is stopped. Now, the reason for this, as we work through our progressions of a delayed dead ball balk, there's an opportunity here for runners to try to advance beyond their one base award. Now, that doesn't really apply here because there's a runner on third base only, but you should be aware that if there were runners on first and third, then R1 could potentially try to get all the way to third. Of course, they do that at their own risk, but we can't call time until all the playing action is stopped. Case play number 5. We have the same scenario, except the base umpire, on appeal from the plate umpire, rules that the batter swung. What is the outcome? A, R3 scores, B1 remains at bat with a 2-2 count. B, R3 scores, B1 remains at bat with a 3-2 count. C, R3 scores, B1 stays at first base. The correct answer here is C. If we're going to rule that the batter did swing, which results in a third strike that is not caught, then the batter runner has the opportunity to try to advance to first. If the batter runner successfully advances and all other runners advance their one base safely, then the balk is going to be ignored. So R3 scores, the batter runner gets to stay at first, and the balk is ignored. So there you have it, our review of the complex questions, judgments, and mechanics your crew will need to get this call right. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our website at umpireclassroom.com. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the field.